Our third and final selection sees 18th place Crystal Palace playing host to 7th place Tottenham Hotspurs, and Crystal Palace suffered yet another defeat in their most recent game against Nottingham Forest. Despite recording 20 shots, a number of these efforts were speculative to say the least. They didn't really trouble Sells in the Forest goal despite hitting the woodwork. In terms of form, Crystal Palace have lost 3 in a row, and they have no win in their 8 league games this season. Fortunately for the Eagles, Ipswich Town, Southampton and Wolves are also winless, so Crystal Palace are not in as much trouble as they would have been in previous years. They play a Tottenham Hotspur side who, after an evenly contested first half, blew West Ham away in the second period. They scored 3 goals in a 7-minute period to take all 3 points in their 4-1 win on the return from the international break. In terms of form, it's 3 wins from the last 4 for Spurs, and it's the sort of form you'd expect from a side chasing Champions League football. When we look at the head-to-head records, Spurs won the last match by 3-1. Eze made a breakthrough for Palace before Spurs scored 3 goals in a little over 10 minutes to overpower the Eagles. Numbers-wise, this was the right result. Spurs won on every match win predictor statistic. The longer-term record, Spurs have won each of the last 5 and 6 of the last 7 meetings, with an aggregate scoreline of 17 goals to 6. So my prediction for this game, I'm leaning towards Spurs in this one. They have the much better current and head-to-head form, and Crystal Palace don't really look like in a shape to be able to defend against a strong Spurs attack, which has only been bolstered with the return of Son Heung-min. Spurs to win for me for a full stake in the final bet of today's episode.